Hi everyone and welcome back to Cleaning the EC Way. Today we are going to discuss how to deep clean a gas stovetop. It has been a few months since I gave this stovetop a deep clean and today it really needed it. The first thing I'm going to do is remove everything from the stovetop. I will be soaking the burners in the sink. Normally I put them off on the countertop, spray them down, and give them a good scrub. I am using Dawn dish soap to help with the grease. And I do like to put a towel to protect the countertop and sink from scratches. I will let these soak as I move on to the stove. I am using a squoy rag and just water, and I am getting the surface of the stove top wet. Whenever you are using Barkeeper's Friend to clean, you need to make sure that the surface of whatever you are cleaning is slightly wet before you start to scrub. I just place a small amount around the stove, and with that squoy rag, I am going to clean the stove, paying extra attention to the areas that need more work. The Barkeeper's Friend started to dry a bit too much, so I did go in and add water to the entire surface. It is very important when you are cleaning with Barkeeper's Friend to not ever let it dry because this can cause damage. The front two burners needed the most work. And this burner is probably used the most because it definitely needed the most attention. I will say it was a bit hard to get into some of the areas, and I did forget to bring my razor. So I'm going to do my best with the tools I have on hand and get it as clean as possible. You will see I am able to get quite a bit off. I would say the best way to prevent this is after you are done cooking and the stove has cooled down, whatever has boiled over, wipe it off. This is going to prevent it from being cooked on the next time you are using your stove. Like I said, some of these areas were really hard to get into, so I grab one of my cleaning brushes with hard bristles and try my best to get in these small areas and get it as clean as possible. I am not able to get this area to look perfect, but I will say it looks a ton better than it did before I started. The next time I clean, I will take my razor to get some of that stuff I wasn't able to get off. After I am done scrubbing, I am going to use water to rinse the Barkeeper's Friend off. I will repeat rinsing the rag out and wiping the stovetop down multiple times until I am confident that I have removed all of the Barkeeper's Friend. After I have removed all the Barkeeper's Friend, I spray the surface down with an all-purpose cleaner and then use a clean dry rag. I wipe the stovetop down. Now it's time to move on to those burners. I think they've had enough time to sit and soak in that soapy water. What I'm doing here is just scrubbing kind of anything that's on the portion that hasn't been in the water as long. Then I'm going to flip it around, scrub the other side, move it to the back, and repeat the process on all of these top burners. After that, I am going to work on all of the smaller pieces. I'm going to go through and scrub them as best I can. After I am done scrubbing, I'm going to rinse them off and I'm going to lay them out to dry. I will make sure I go in with a clean rag and wipe them completely dry before I put everything back on the stovetop. This burner just needs a little bit more help, so I'm going to spray some more soap on it and give it a good scrub. I am going to repeat the same process on everything that is soaking in this sink. This is from the burner that needed the most help. It has been discolored and I was not sure if I was going to get it back to the silver color like the rest. So I am going to try some Barkeeper's Friend, as this typically does help. But unfortunately, I was not able to get it look like I would have liked, but it is cleaner than when I started. Here's everything put back together, and I will say it looks so much better. And after that, it's time to move on to the front. I'm going to spray everything down with an all-purpose cleaner and scrub. I do love this thin brush as it is able to get into some of the areas that are hard to reach. Once I'm done with this, I'm just going to repeat the process on all of the knobs and wipe everything dry before moving on to the final step. The final step is to spray everything down with a glass cleaner that is ammonia free. Why is it ammonia free? Because the ammonia in some glass cleaners can actually ruin stainless steel. I'm just going to wipe everything dry. We use glass cleaner because it does help prevent streaking, and it just is like a final polish and it makes it look that much better. And here's your friendly reminder to subscribe if you have not already. Thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day.